So at what age is it too old to be wearing Jordans? Is it 30? Is it 40? Now, yesterday I posted this same question via my community tab. It seemed like you guys had a lot to say about this, so let's go ahead and keep the discussion going. Now, as far as Jordans, they've been releasing these sneakers since the 80s. I want to say it was like the late 90s, early 2000s, where we first started to see Jordan retros to the point where we're at today. You pretty much see Jordans everywhere. Now, you may have gotten into Jordan sneakers through watching MJ back in the day, like myself as a kid who absolutely idolized Michael Jordan growing up, or you may have gotten into Jordans through fashion, as Jordans have always been real popular in the streetwear scene. But what I'm trying to get at here is that you pretty much probably worn Jordans at one point in your life, or even more so, probably still rock them till this day. Now, last year there was this clip which was going viral where this dude was saying at like the age of 40, it's time to hang up the Jordans for some more grown man footwear, you know, things like loafers or something like that. But the funny thing about this right here, the absolute plot twist, is that over the last couple of years or so, trends have changed so much. You know, sneakers that at one point were associated with more older people, you know, you got shoes like Asics, New Balance, Retro Runners, Sambas, now kind of have a more youthful energy behind them, and sneakers like Jordans are now associated with like older people, or, you know, unk status. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So pretty much here, the moral of the story, what I'm trying to get at right here is that you guys can absolutely wear whatever you want. There's no age limit for Jordans. Don't let anybody tell you how to dress. But I would definitely have to say that there are certain Jordans that kind of give off like a unk trying too hard status, or sometimes you don't want to look like you're about to run a pickup basketball game. So we're going to go ahead and get into the timeless Jordans that I feel like are appropriate for any occasion. But before we do so, a quick word from today's sponsor. So today's video is brought to you by Fume, which Fume is an award-winning air device which helps you to replace some of those bad habits. Now, it's actually not a vape. There's no tobacco, no batteries, no smoke. What you have here is just simply flavored air. So the way the device works is that the air, it actually flows through these different flavored cores, which you can easily replace right here. I would say, as far as my favorite flavor for the moment, probably would have to go to Crisp Mint right here. This one's really nice, but I'm also definitely rocking with the orange vanilla flavor right here. And I think for next time, wow, they got so many different flavors, I'll probably go white cranberry. Now, as far as the device itself, it's really nice. It's actually got some weight to it. To simply adjust the airflow, you could just click it like this. You could feel it, you could hear it click, which means you could tell there's a lot of detail put into this. It also doubles as a fidget, which can be calming for anxiety. They also have cool accessories like these Fume toppers, or this weighted magnetic stand, which allows you to spin your Fume, because like, why wouldn't you? Now, Fume has already helped over 300,000 people build better habits. Try Fume today, and if you order the Journey Pack now using my code John Alexander, you'll get a free Fume topper, an awesome accessory to level up your experience. Go to tryfume.com/John Alexander or scan the QR code on screen. All right, now as far as my personal Jordan retro picks, which are gonna kind of give off more of a mature, refined look, ones that are more appropriate, you can wear, pull off in any occasion. We first got to start with Jordan 3s, which originally dropped back in '88. They have a timeless look. The lower profile, I feel like, makes them a lot more wearable, which will be a common theme, you know, for a lot of today's picks. And when it comes to Jordan 3s, I would say the elephant print is a subtle detail that, you know, is nice and I think stands out. It's the highlight, but isn't too loud. So when it comes to Jordan 3s, you gotta love the OGs. They did drop the reimagined white cements, I guess a couple of years back, but last year we did get the black cements, which I believe you guys can still now grab those probably for retail, maybe even grab them for a steal price. They're not going for too crazy via the secondary market. And then as far as coming up this year, we got the Black Cat 3s, which are about to drop, an all black Jordan 3. You also got the Pure Moneys, basically an all white version. I guess those are gonna be dropping later this year. So when it comes to Jordan 3s, can't go wrong. And if you even want to turn things up a notch for an even more mature, refined look, I would have to recommend the Ama Maniere collaborations, which we did get this beautiful black pair, which dropped last year. And I think they have this diffused blue pair, which is supposed to be dropping coming up very soon. So you can't go wrong with a Jordan 3. Next up, we got to move into Jordan 4s, which low-key Jordan 4s at one point almost became like the go-to shoes for like the Fortnite kids or whatever. But we can't let them take Jordan 4s away from us. I would recommend to probably stay away from some of the more loud colorways, but Can't go wrong again with the OGs. We got the white cements, the classic, the first pair where it all started. Those are going to be dropping coming up soon this year. So you got to love those. We also got the Black Cat 3s, which are going to be dropping later this year. And then I would also recommend the Undefeated 4s, which who knows how that release is going to go down. We don't know if they're going to be like unobtainable for everybody. But I would say when it comes to Jordan 4s and a classic, timeless look, you can't get any more classic than a sneaker inspired, by the retro Army bomber, military bomber jackets or whatever. So those are great when it comes to 4s. We're not letting the Fortnite kids take the 4s away from us. And then next up, probably my favorite would have to go to the Jordan 1, which that's where it all started. It doesn't get any more timeless than the Jordan 1. I feel like you can rock the highs anywhere, but even more so recently, I feel like Jordan 1's low tops have become more popular than ever. At one point, it was like blasphemous to wear a pair of Jordan 1 lows, but now people are definitely rocking with the lows. They're a lot more versatile, easier to wear. There's so many great colorways, so many pairs that you can actually snag for under retail. So I'm not gonna really personally recommend any specific colorways, but coming up this year, you gotta love the fact that Jordan Brand is bringing back a lot of fan favorite Jordan 1 high colorways and now dropping them in low top form. So think of the Obsidian Jordan 1 lows, which are gonna be dropping this year. And then it looks like early pairs of the Rookie of the Year Jordan 1 lows are already beginning to surface. And then kind of a sleeper pick, I know Jordan 1s, 3s and 4s are as popular, some of the most popular Jordan retros, but we got to add some Jordan 2s to the mix. And I'm not talking Jordan 2 highs. I'm talking about the Jordan 2 low, which I got to first give props to Virgil. When he dropped those off-white Jordan 2 lows, it kind of gave me an appreciation for this more underrated silhouette. I feel like when it comes to Jordan 2 lows, them joints definitely look great. I feel like you could pull them off for any occasion, and there's not a specific pair which I would recommend. I would probably go with the OG Chicago colorway in low top form, but I think those are going for like a decent little penny for resale. So I would recommend to just do your research if you're in the market for a pair of Jordan 2 lows. Just check out online. There's so many great pairs that are clean, not too loud or whatever, that you guys can snag for under retail. So shout out to everybody that participated in the YouTube poll, which you guys can always find these polls via the community tab here on my channel, which we had roughly 2.6 thousand votes. I simply asked you guys, at what age is it too old to wear Jordans? Which I put 30 plus, 40 plus, 50 plus, and I'm happy to report I absolutely love you guys. I'm just glad that the audience agrees with me, which it looks like 83% out of 2.6 thousand votes. The majority of you guys feel like Jordan retros are timeless. So I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and take a look at what some of the comments are saying. Somebody put, imagine saying the people who lived through the actual releases are too old to wear them. That's facts right there. You can't argue with that right there. When it comes to Jordan retro releases, I feel like one of the big major elements would be the storytelling, the nostalgia. These speak for people like us that grew up, wearing these shoes back in the day, or maybe it was a shoe you couldn't get back in the day. So why wouldn't you actually appreciate the shoes that you actually lived through? Somebody also put, shout out to my man Sincerely Jay. He put, I never understood people putting an age limit on shoes. So Michael Jordan is 61 right now. So you're telling me this man is too old to wear his own shoes? Y'all need to knock this off. So what's the limit on Kobe's and pennies then? Exactly, bro. Salute to MJ. And it's funny though, because nowadays, as far as like the Jordans that you see him rocking nowadays, it always seems to be more low profile Jordans, especially a lot of Jordan 1s we're seeing MJ rock now in his older days. And it's crazy to think that MJ's getting up there at 60 now, right? Somebody put, I realize most retro J's ain't that comfy in my 30s, so I can't see myself wearing them. I'm 50, but don't buy Team J's no matter my age. So yeah, I get where you're coming from. One of the big complaints about Jordans is comfort, which I feel like nobody's really buying Jordans for comfort. These shoes were like designed in the 80s. I think it's more so for like the fashion. It's more so for the nostalgia and just the storytelling, the feelings, all the elements. If you're in the market for something more comfortable, I would definitely recommend to grab yourself a pair of Hokas or something like that. But do you guys feel like, Jordan retros being uncomfortable is like an overrated statement, or do you agree with that 100%? Somebody put, I never even considered being too old for J's. Exactly. Somebody also put, we only have one life to live. Enjoy that ish and rock your Jordans. Most definitely. Plus, he got a funny ass profile picture. Somebody put, not exactly on topic, but please do a, what age is it too young to be wearing designer next? LOL. Exactly, right? Nowadays, you got these kids out here trying to rock design at the middle school, or are they just rocking like Temu fake stuff? So somebody also put, to be honest, we don't look like the average 30-plus-year-olds. Besides getting a few gray hairs, if you take care of yourself, you definitely can pull off anything. Me personally, I prefer lows now because you can rock them more casually. Exactly. So I feel like depending on what type of energy you're trying to give off, you can pretty much rock whatever you want. But I would have to say that some of the more low-profile Jordans, all the stuff I've been talking about, definitely give off more of a mature look. So you can rock anything that you want, but it's just in certain occasions, you know, you kind of want to give off a certain type of vibe. Somebody also put, people would like older folks to stop wearing Jordan 1s, or the people who just want someone else's shoes. Somebody put on 54 and still wearing Jordan. Salute to Mario, man, 23 Air. I'm sure that guy, he was definitely an MJ fan since back in the day. Real question is, what age is too young? Somebody also put, dumbest crap ever. Heard, wear what you like, who cares what age, I'll be 80, still rocking J's. All right, respect. Ricky Spain, that boy gonna be 80 with some sore ass feet rocking them Jordan 1s all day. I'm just playing. Somebody put, they good to go as long as they're OG colorways. Respect, respect. 45 and I own 113 pairs. So the trends, they come and they go. Nowadays, it feels like Jordans may be associated with like an older crowd or whatever. But if you actually step outside, you'll notice that everybody's still rocking Jordan retros, whether they're young or old. These are classic, timeless models that aren't going to be going away anytime soon. So I feel like the moral of the story right here is that you guys should be able to rock anything that you like. Don't let nobody tell you what to rock. But I did want to give some suggestions on a few different Jordan releases, which I feel like give off more of like a refined, mature look that are a little more easier to wear, maybe a little more appropriate for all occasions. So I just wanted to share some of my picks with you guys. Of course, what's more important to me though is your feedback. So let me know what you guys think, as well as drop some of your picks down below. So we're gonna wrap things up here. I also wanted to give a special shout out again to the sponsor of today's video, Fume. Go ahead and check them out in the link in the description down below. So I'm JA. I will catch you guys next time. I appreciate y'all. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.